Have you ever sat in church and quietly thought, I don't want to do this anymore? Not because you hate God, not because you lost faith, but because you're tired. And then immediately, you felt guilty for even thinking it. If that's you, don't click away, because your feeling might not be rebellion, it might be burnout. Stick around until the end because what I'm going to tell you may help you to understand what you might be experiencing right now. We will discuss it per section. Let's get started. Section 1. The silent guilt no one talks about. In many churches, serving is seen as an honor, and it is. But somewhere along the way, some of us started believing this lie. If I slow down, God will be disappointed in me. So we continue volunteering, continue leading, continue smiling. While inside, something is empty, and the guilt grows louder than the joy. Section 2. Faithful volunteer who burned out. Lolo once told a story about a woman named Grace. Grace served in the worship ministry for 8 years. She never missed rehearsal. She said yes to every request. She stayed late after everyone left. But one Sunday while singing, she felt nothing, no joy, no connection, just exhaustion. After service, she cried in her car, not because she hated serving, but because she didn't feel the passion she used to have. And she whispered, Lord, what's wrong with me? Psychologists call this emotional exhaustion. When a person gives continuously without recovery, the nervous system begins protecting itself. Even meaningful activities start feeling heavy. Burnout doesn't mean you don't care. It often means you cared too much for too long without rest. Research shows that chronic overcommitment without boundaries reduces motivation, even for things we deeply value. Your brain isn't rejecting God, it's signaling depletion. If this resonated with you or your friends, don't forget to like it so it reaches more people who need this advice. Share this story with them to know that it is better to rest sometimes than to feel empty inside. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to be updated on stories like this. Listen to this wisdom from the book of Proverbs. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart. Don't overwork your heart. Don't exhaust your heart. Guard it. And another, hope deferred makes the heart sick. Sometimes it's not sin that makes the heart sick, it's neglect. Here's the question most people are afraid to ask. Are you losing faith, or are you simply tired? There's a difference. Being tired of tasks is not the same as being tired of God. Sometimes what we label as spiritual weakness is simply a human limitation. Even devoted servants in Scripture rested. Even prophets withdrew. Even leaders needed renewal. Exhaustion is not betrayal when serving becomes self-neglect. Serving becomes unhealthy when you say yes out of fear. You serve to prove worth. You believe rest equals laziness. You feel guilty for needing space. That's not devotion. That's pressure. Grace eventually admitted something painful. She wasn't serving from love anymore. She was serving out of obligation, and obligation drains faster than love. How to restore joy in serving again. Lolo said something powerful. God is not honored by your collapse. Sometimes the most spiritual decision is to pause. Not quite forever. Not disappear, but step back to heal. Grace took 1 month off. She rested. She prayed quietly. She attended church without serving. And slowly, joy returned, because serving flows best from overflow, not emptiness. Serving from overflow, not obligation. If you're feeling guilty today, hear this. God is not measuring your love by your productivity. He is not keeping a record of your volunteer hours. He desires your heart, not your exhaustion. The same wisdom echoed in the book of Proverbs reminds us to guard the heart because everything flows from it. And if your heart is tired, it deserves care. Maybe you're not losing your faith. Maybe you're learning balance. And maybe the most faithful thing you can do right now is rest. It is better to rest than to be exhausted. Because when we feel the latter, we will surely become defective instead of effective in everything we do. We don't want it to happen, so it's healthier to pause when it's time than to be broken in the long run.